Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Nick Gray, and today I am back with another smartphone camera comparison with the all-new Pixel 5a from Google and matching that up against the OnePlus Nord 2. Now, if you look at both of these devices, they're probably two of the most exciting mid-range smartphones that are currently on the market. The only downside is that neither of them are available in the same markets due to the restrictions from manufacturers as far as distribution goes. That being said, we want to see how the cameras on these smartphones compare in the real world. So let's take a look. And by popular demand, we have the OnePlus Nord 2 and its triple camera setup on the back of the phone with a 50 megapixel main sensor, 8 megapixel ultra wide, and then 2 megapixel monochrome sensor that's supposed to help out with low light situations. And then up front, we have a 32 megapixel selfie camera peeking through the hole punch display. That can record 1080p video at up to 30 frames per second, while the rear cameras max out at 4K 60 FPS. And for the Pixel 5a, we have a dual camera setup on the back of the phone, 12 megapixel main sensor, 16 megapixel ultra wide, and then an 8 megapixel selfie camera peeking through the display. That selfie camera can record 1080p video at 30 frames per second, while the rear cameras max out at 4K 60 FPS. Okay, so we've gotten the specs of these two phones all cleared up. Let's go out and take some photos and videos with these two devices to see how they handle themselves in everyday use. And this here's a look at ultra-wide video capture on the Pixel 5a and the OnePlus Nord 2 at 4K 30 FPS. One of the things though you can do on the Pixel 5a is switch on the fly to the main sensor, while the OnePlus Nord 2 has to turn off the camera and then start recording again. And this here's a look at video capture from the front-facing cameras on the OnePlus Nord 2 and the Pixel 5a. Again, this is 1080p video at 30 frames per second. A little bit disappointing since we have seen a handful of mid-range devices that can record 4K video from the front-facing camera, even up to 60 frames per second. Then finally, we have the main sensor, and of course, this is the best option when it comes to video capture. You're looking at 4K video at 30 FPS from both of these devices. They're not particularly good, but they're not bad either, especially when you consider that they are budget or mid-range devices that are on the market. And now switching over to the selfie camera on the front of the OnePlus Nord 2 and the Pixel 5a. The results aren't horrible, but you can definitely see that they're not as good as what it was using the ultra-wide camera on the back of the phone. And that's going to do it for this camera comparison with the Pixel 5a from Google and the OnePlus Nord 2. Let me know what you think of the results in the comments below and which device you would rather use on a day-to-day basis for capturing your photos and videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. For more camera comparisons and reviews, make sure you subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for our next videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.